folks, it's Woody here from Woody's Health and Fitness, and today we're going to go through a 30-minute lower body burn. You don't need any equipment. This is something that I do every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. with my members. And if you want to join, it's only £4 per class and you never need any equipment. Drop me a message if you're interested and let's jump straight into it. We're going to start off, as you always should, with a quick warm-up. Really important, get the synovial fluid in those joints. Make sure we're not feeling any aches or pains after the session. We're going to start off today with one leg up in the air. We're going to drop that down to the side and roll it round. Keep him at 90-degree bend in the knee. Let's try and keep that back pressed into the ground and stop the hips from swaying side to side. We can pop the fingers on the hips, thumbs into the ground. Check the stability there. Let's switch direction. We'll do 5 in each direction on each leg. That's it. You might feel a gentle core engagement there. Beautiful. Last one now, bringing it around. Let's bring that knee in, hug it in towards the chest and gently lift the shoulders and the head off the ground. Just feeling those abs working just a little bit. Let's switch those legs over. We'll do 10 reps here. And then we'll do those little hip circles on the other side. Beautiful. Good little stretch here. Opening those glutes up. Also just gently engaging those abdominals. Let's do one more on each leg. Get a little crack there in the knee. And there we go. Gently bring your shoulders and your head back down. And rest that lower leg on the floor. Let's bring this knee to 90 degrees and same movement again, dropping that knee out, circling it round. Remember, keep that right angle in the knee, keep the hips stable, keep that lower back pressed into the floor. Great work. You might find even more room to rotate in one hip than the other. Let's switch directions. It's absolutely fine. Our body can be unbalanced and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why we're here, to get it back into balance. Last one now. Fantastic. Let's bring both feet in now, hip width apart. It's an oldie but a goldie. We're going to do some glute bridges to get those glutes warmed up. Bringing the hips up into the air, nice and slow. Big stretch at the top. Nice and slow back down. Gently bringing the lower back down into the floor. Keep it nice and slow, nice and controlled here. Really get that big squeeze in the glutes at the top. Now if you feel like your knees are flaring out a little bit, just open your feet up a little bit. Give yourself a wider, more stable base to work with. Let's do 3 more glute bridges here. That's 1. That's 2. And on this last one, we're going to hold those hips up in the air. Hold it there, big squeeze in the glutes. Let's do 20 calf raises. So coming up onto our tiptoes, gently dropping those heels back down. And if we can, we want to just hover the heels off the ground at the bottom. Keep those hips up. And that's 5 reps. We've got 15 more to go. I'm beginning to feel those calves warming up already. That's exactly what we want. Great work, guys. Keep it up. That's halfway through now. Big push. Fantastic. Love that burning feeling in the calves. We've got just 5 left now. That's 17, 18, last 2, 19, and that's 20. Woo-hoo. And bringing it down. Fantastic. Let's bring ourselves up. We're going to come around onto all 4s now. We want hands directly underneath the shoulders, soft bend in the elbow, and knees directly underneath the hips. To make sure that we're in that right positioning, we've got our alignment correctly. We're going to bring the back up, opening those shoulder blades up, tucking that chin in. And bringing the chest down towards the ground, opening that chest up. Now focus your awareness on your chest, your shoulders, and your hips. We want to be going straight up and straight down. So no backwards or forwards movement. Readjust whilst we've got chance here. Let's do 2 more. Big deep breath in as we come up. And out as we go back down. Last one now. Big deep breath in. And out. Let's level that spine off. There we go, to nice neutral alignment. Now I'm going to start off with my left leg today. So we're going to take our right hand forward, left leg goes back to full extension in both our arm and our leg before we bring it back in. Keeping the hand and the foot on the floor. This is a modified version of Pilates swimming. Great way to get those legs working. We also get a decent amount of pressure in this stabilizing shoulder here. Keep that core nice and tight to support the back. We're going to do 10 reps here. That was number 6. And that's 7. Great work, guys. Keep it up. That's 8. And 9. Last one now. We're going to carry on with the same movement, except now we're going to bring the hand and the foot up into the air so that we level it off with the back. And again, let's do another 10 reps here. We're activating those glutes a little more now. We're also getting a little bit of work in the lower back. Really focus on keeping your torso, the shoulders and the hips parallel to the ground. So that core's got to do a lot of stabilizing work now. We're beginning to feel that pressure in the shoulder just a little bit more. That's 8. Let's do 2 more. Then we're going to keep the hand and the foot up. 9. Last one now. Big push. And that's 10. Keeping the arm and the leg up. We bring the elbow towards the knee, getting a little crunch in the abs. And again, 10 reps here. Allow that back to curve just as much as it needs to bring the elbow to the knee. And that's 5. Halfway through. Big stretch at the top of that movement there. Get a lovely stretch across the back. That's 8. 2 more now. That's 9. And the last one. That's number 10. Bring that hand back down, keeping the leg extended. We're going to drop it down to the ground, kick it up as high as we can go without flexing in the back. So you've got to keep that core nice and tight now to make sure that lumbar spine does not move. And again, we want to keep the hips level with the ground. So a lot of core stabilization going on here. We're beginning to feel those glutes warming up just a little bit. Now you're going to do 10 reps here. That's number 7. So let's do 3 more. 8. That's 9. And that's 10. Keeping the leg up in the air. We're going to do some tiny little circles. 10 in each direction. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch. Definitely feeling that tension in the glutes now. Great way to help tone them up. 8, 9, and 10. Keeping that leg up. We're going to bring the knee level to the hips. We're going to curl that foot in. Working the hamstrings. It's like a modified hamstring curl here. Bring it in as far as we can, making sure that we're not dropping that knee down. You can do this with ankle weights as well. Great way to add a little bit of resistance into your home workouts. That's 8. That's 9. Our last one now. That's 10. Bringing the knee to 90 degrees. We're going to drop it down for some donkey kicks. Working those glutes again. You might be feeling that burn now. And you guessed it, we're going to do 10 reps here. That's 4 and 5. That's 6. Beautiful work, guys. Keep it up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Taking it out to the side now, working those hip abductors down the side of the leg. Great way to tone up that outer thigh. Still make sure that you're keeping those hips stable with a nice tight core. We've got just 5 left. Last big push now. There we go. 8. That's 9. Our last one. That's 10. Bring it back down. Roll your shoulders out. Do whatever you need to do to keep moving. But that's the first round of that little leg circuit. And now we're going to balance it out by focusing on the other side. Have a quick rest here, get some water down you. Like I said, move about, keep yourself moving. You never want to just sit still during your rest. You want to keep it active, keep that blood flowing, keep the joints moving. And keep those muscles warm too. And if you're following along at home, have about a minute's rest there, but we're going to jump straight back into it. So coming down on all fours, we're going to bring that back up, reset ourselves, really important here, making sure we're in the correct position. You might have felt it, there's a lot of pressure on the shoulders here. It's also a perfect time to get our breathing back under control. Let's do one more. I hope you remember which leg you started on. If not, this isn't going to be very pleasant. Let's level that back off. I'm going to go again. Now I started on my left leg, I'm going to wear that right leg this time. So we start off with the modified swimming. Extending the arm and the leg, keeping the hand and the foot on the ground. Keeping that back level, core tight. Nice gentle move to get things started. Just gently waking those glutes up, getting them ready for what we've got planned. That's halfway through, let's do 5 more. Really important that we keep that core tight as well, making sure we're not swaying side to side. Fantastic work, guys. Keep it up. This is our last one now, and it's exactly the same movement. So we're going to bring the hand and the foot up so it's level with the back. Still no movement in the back here. It can be quite tricky. The lumbar spine is probably wanting to flex and extend. Really focus on stopping it with a nice tight core. Might be feeling that pressure on the shoulder as well. If you need to, give yourself a quick rest, shake that shoulder out and jump back into it. Listen to your body. If it's telling you to rest, give it a rest. Rather do it right with correct form and wrong and cause some damage. Let's do 2 more reps now. That's 1. Remember that big stretch at the top as well. And that's number 2. Keeping the hand and the foot elevated, we bring the elbow in towards the knee. And getting that lovely crunch there in the glutes. Not in the glutes, in the abs even. Glutes, abs, we're working everything today. There we go, but clearly not our brain. That's halfway through. Keep your balance here. This is a great one to work on stability and coordination, whilst also gently engaging those abdominals. Let's do 2 more now, guys. Big push. That's 1. And that's 2. Bringing the hand down, we keep that leg up, we drop it down, taking it as far up as we can without moving that lower back. All of that movement wants to come from the hip joint. Really focuses it on the glutes. Give them a nice little squeeze at the top. Give it like a bizarre motion here to work those glutes. There we go. Let's keep it going. Do 3 more. That's 1. That's 2, and that's 3. Keeping the leg extended, little circles, 10 in each direction. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and switch. 2, 3, 4. I know they're only small little circles, but they hurt like hell. 8, 9, and 10. Making sure that that knee is at the same height as the hip, we curl the leg in for hamstring curls. So that's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Making sure that those hips aren't dropping down. The knee is an Iber. That's 8. Great work, guys. 9 and 10. Knee at 90 degrees. Donkey kicks. Finish those glutes off. Definitely feeling the burn now. That's 5 and 6. Fantastic work, guys. Let's keep it moving. 9 and 10. Let's get those fire hydrants in there to finish it off. That's 4. Beautiful work. 5 and 6. That's 7 and 8. 9 and 10. Let's bring it down. Have a quick release here. Child's pose. I don't know about you, but I always feel it in the shoulder joint after that. We're putting a lot of pressure on it. A lot of body weight goes forward onto the shoulders if we're in the correct position. Fantastic. Again, quick rest here, around about a minute. Shake yourself out, keep yourself moving, and make sure you get some water down you. Now we've really worked the glutes there. We're going to be focusing on the hip abductors down the outside of the thigh, and the hip adductors just a little bit in this next little circuit. So to start off, we're going to bring ourselves down onto our sides. You can lay flat down here. You can have your arm up, rest your head on it, whatever you want. Want to make sure we've got that spine in a nice neutral alignment. So just zip those ribs up just a little bit, so we've just got that slight gap between our stomach and the floor. I want to rest both legs on the ground to start off with, and if you need to, hand in front for a little bit of balance. We're going to bring the top leg up, bottom leg to meet it, bottom leg down, and top leg down. Let's just do 3 reps here, just to warm things up. That's 2, and that's 3. Keeping the legs up, we take 1 forward, 1 back, and let's do 10 little flutter kicks here. And that's 4, 5, and already you might be beginning to feel that tension in the outside of the thigh, which is great. That's 9, and that's 10. Both feet together, we're going to bring both legs up as high as we'll go. And make sure that we're keeping those feet side by side, and one crossed over the other. We don't want to be compensated. You might feel that tension on the inside of the thigh on the bottom leg now, working those hip adductors. That's 9 and 10. I think we did a few more in there, but you can never get enough. Let's drop that bottom leg down now, or you can keep it hovered, entirely up to you, whatever feels comfortable. We're going to bring that top leg up as high as we can for some hip abduction, working the outside of the thigh. That's 3. Nice gentle movement here. Keep it slow on the way down. Really feel that tension in the leg. You also work in the obliques just a little bit here. But that's 8. That's 9, and last one, that's 10. Let's keep that leg at about 45 degrees, and we're going to do tiny little circles again. And again, we're going to do 10 in each direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Definitely feeling that in the glutes after all the work we've already done. Bringing the feet together and bending at the knee now. Let's come up onto our elbow. Elbow directly underneath the shoulders. We want the knees slightly farther forward than the hips. Again, let's zip those ribs up. We're going to bring the hips up into the air with that clamshell movement to finish off this little circuit. And that's 3 and 4. Again, working those hip abductors. We've also got a nice little bit of oblique work in here as well to help tone that stomach up. That's 8, 2 more. That's 9, and our last one now. That's 10. Bring yourself down under control. Now a nice little mermaid stretch here. So sit it up, big stretch over to help open up those obliques. And again, we'll have a quick rest here. Get some water down you, stretch yourself out, keep moving. And then of course we're going to balance it out by focusing on the other side. Now again, we put a little bit of pressure on the shoulder there with that last movement. So it's always worth doing some shoulder rolls if you're feeling any tension in that upper body region. Let's bring ourselves down onto our sides. Again, legs extended. We're going to start off with those little leg lifts. So we bring one leg up, bottom leg down, and top leg down. Keep it under control, just float them back down to the ground. Last one. We're going to keep it up in the air, flutter kicks. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, we want that soft gap between the stomach and the floor. You only go as far forward and as far back as you feel comfortable with. That's 9 and 10. Both feet together, we do the leg lift. So that's 1, 2. We want to be in a nice straight line here. No banana shape. Great work, guys. I find this a tough one, especially because we're just working those hip adductors. That's 9 and that's 10. Bottom leg down, top leg comes straight up for those hip abduction. That's 3. Great work, guys. 4, 5, halfway. Look at that. Time flies when we're having fun. 7 and 8. That's 9, and the last one. That's 10. Keeping the leg up, tiny little circles. 1, 2. Really important to keep the hips stable here. Hands forward if we need to. That's 8, 9, and 10. And switch. 1, 2. Feeling that burn. Keep pushing through it. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh boy. Let's bring those knees in. Elbow directly underneath the shoulder. We zip those ribs up. And let's bring it up. That's 1, and 2, and 3. And again, just float that hip down. Keep the tension in the muscles. Fight against gravity. Don't let it do the work for you. 7 and 8. That's 9. And last one. That's 10. Let's bring it over. That mermaid stretch again. Big stretch. Beautiful work. Let's finish off today with a couple of gentle movements, a little bit of mobility work, and of course some cool down stretches. Let's come around onto our back again. We can do some more glute bridges just like we did at the beginning. We're going to add a little bit of something extra into this, a little bit of added movement. Let's start off with those normal glute bridges again. So feet hip width apart, shuffling them in as close to the bum as we can. Big squeeze up, nice and slow down. Let's do 5 normal ones here. Then we're going to add in a leg extension. Activate those quads a little bit. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more here. 1 and 2. Now imagine that you've got metal rod through both knees, so the knees stay exactly in line. As we bring the hip up, we extend the leg, bring one foot up. As we bring the hips back down, the foot comes down to meet the floor with it. Let's do 10 reps here, that's 5 on each leg. You might feel a little bit of core work here for the stability. Knees might crack like mine. But really focus on keeping those knees in alignment. And I know that can be really hard to start off with. Here we go. Let's do 4 more. Big push, guys. Let's keep it moving now. We're nearly at the finish line. Let's take it across strong. Last one. And there we go. Let's bring those knees in. Hug them in towards the chest. Get that lovely stretch in the lower back. Let's bring one leg down, hovering it just off the ground. Now you can keep your head and shoulders down here if you want. Cooling down now. Or you can just gently lift the shoulders and the head off the ground to activate those abs. It's entirely up to you. Do whatever you feel comfortable with, because we are cooling down now. Really pull that knee in towards the chest. Hold it for just a second, 2 seconds max, and then we switch sides. Great way to help improve the mobility in the hip joints. We also get a little bit of abdominal exercise too. Let's do one more. We hold it there. Lower that leg. Lower the head down if you've got it up in the air. Let's bring the legs straight up. Spider stretch for the hamstrings. As we breathe in, we bend at the knee. Breathe out, extend the leg. Deepen that stretch. Breathe in. And out. One more time, breathing in. And out. Drop my knee down to 90 degrees. I'm going to bring it up and over, keeping the shoulder blades on the ground here. Doesn't matter if we can't get that knee down onto the floor. Get that nice twist in the lower back. That nice glute stretch. Let's come back up to the center. We'll pop opposite ankle and opposite knee and pull it in towards the chest. A lovely stretch in the glutes and in the hip abductors now. Perfect thing to do after that last little circuit. Untangle those legs. Bring your right leg in, close to the chest as we can. Big squeeze. And then we take that leg up. Reach as high up as we can without bringing the shoulders off the ground. And bend as we breathe in. Extend as we breathe out. Great way to make a static stretch to a nice, gentle, dynamic movement. Keeping things moving, helping you to deepen that stretch and make the most out of it. We drop that knee to 90 degrees and we bring it up and over. Again, it doesn't matter how far down you can get your knee. Keep those shoulder blades on the ground. Feel that lovely twist in the lower back. Nice deep stretch in the glutes. So we bring it back up. Let's get that piriformis stretch in there. Bringing that ankle, that knee in towards the chest. Stretching out the outer thigh. And that's where we'll wrap things up today, guys. Great work. A lot of pressure on the glutes and the hip abductors there. But those were perfect exercises that you can do at home with no equipment to help tone up the lower body. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Don't forget that you can now book onto all of the live sessions on the brand new Woody's Health and Fitness website at www.woodyshealthandfitness.co.uk. I'll see you on there, guys, and as always, stay healthy.